A little bit since we played JAC, but we have some sweet technology here. We have both Knight of Autumn and Assassin's Trophy added to our wonderful multicolored package here. And then we have modern staple Verdant Eidolon here. This artwork is beautiful. For our Summoner's Pack package. So 3 mana, 4 mana 2/2, 1 green, sacrifice it at 3 mana of any one color. And then whenever you play a multicolored spell, you may return Verdant Eidolon from your graveyard to your hand. So basically, this card turns Manamorphose and Glittering Wishes and Further Ascendancy lootings into just like actual factual draw cards. It just like keeps coming back, which is very absurd. Seems very good. Oh, I should tweet that we're doing this before we get going. If we 5-0 this league, am I supposed to play this in Indy or in Columbus? Is that how this works? If Verdant Eidolon's like the truth, the light, and the word, I have to play this deck at the open. This deck is really sweet. I played this deck in the Modern seat at a team tournament in Chicago. I went 4-3, punting 1 match, getting unlucky in another, getting a bad matchup in the third. It seems okay. Oh, I guess. No, this is fine. I'll grab Breeding Pool here, and then I Serum Visions, digging for lands in JAC. If you 5-0 with this, I'll sell my 1 unplayable 4 mana reserve list enchantment and buy this deck. Huh. So definitely bottoming this. Probably supposed to keep the Serum Visions here. So that's unfortunate for us. Silence is a good pickup here, though, so we've got that going on. All right. Do you have a way to flip this pig into play? Doesn't look like it yet. It's good for us. It's good for us. McQuava, thank you for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Overgrown Tomb. You think they're splashing Decay? Or Trophy? That probably means they're splashing Trophy, right? Generally, when Click is in the sideboard of a deck, it's there so it can provide a clock for you. I haven't been in the stream in so long, I don't even know if this 9 months is accurate. Thank you, Slim Wenzy. I appreciate the continued support at any rate. So, I have a couple lines here. I could Serum Visions hoping to hit a land naturally. I could Manamorphose and like slam the Caryatid if we miss. But I could also like Manamorphose, hit land, and then also play Caryatid this turn and like still have Silence up. Silence like buys me a turn off of them, which is nice, but I probably still die even if I silence them the following turn. So I think I'm supposed to Manamorphose here because it's the highest upside play. Like getting Sylvan Caryatid into play while still having Silence up is ideal. Okay, and like there's this sequence here too. So you see I made green-blue when I cast that Manamorphose. So now I get to cast Serum Visions, which gives me another look at a land this turn, and I can cast this Birds of Paradise still. So my goal here is to have a mana creature in play and have Silence up, which we're unfortunately not going to be able to do, but I feel like we give ourselves the best possible chance of doing. So good chance we die next turn if they have their thing. Deal, Chubby. Manamorphose of their own. So yeah, definitely, Chubby. Oh, this is gonna be like a Through the Breach kill us. Moto's encountered an error and needs to take a nap. It's past Magic's online bedtime, chat. It asked me if I'd pay it overtime for this weekend, and I told it no, so I think it's throwing a fit. I was like, you're a .NET application, you don't have basic rights. If we opt... So, I'm going to stop on my turn. No, so we need to opt into Ascendancy basic planes here, right? Or no, we can hit basic island Ascendancy. Right, I can opt off of this, and I need to draw Ascendancy Basic Island, and then I can go for it. Like, it's slim, but it's not 0. Alright, so that means we're dead. They fumbled, but we fumbled harder. This is match 1, game 1 for this one. No, we don't that's why one of the reasons why Summoner's Pact is so good in this deck. Summoner's Pact lets you untap your bird and start comboing from 0 mana. All right, so this is not an Engineered Explosives matchup. This is definitely a Silence matchup. I don't know that Silence is good enough in this matchup that I want to make room for the 4th copy of Silence, but I think bringing in the 2 over the Engineered Explosives is probably worthwhile. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and run it like this. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking, Magic Online. How do we feel about Manamorphose Double Dork on 2? I don't think I've ever run that line before, but I think I'm kind of feeling it. We are running late tonight. We had a few people do cut the line donations, and I think I'm at my limit with Scape Shift for cut the line donations, but I told Christy that if people decided to cut decks, I was going to keep playing them. Nobody sees the Manamorphose Double Birds of Paradise turn 2. Gets them every time. How many leagues am I playing tonight? I'm going to finish this league, and then I'm going to play one more. Look at that, chat. It's just like we drew it up. Perfect. Good. If they don't interact with our board or kill us, there's a good chance they die next turn. Not guaranteed, obviously, but good chance they die. Okay, interacting with our board is a good way to make sure they don't die. We have Fatestitchers in our deck, Bobs. So I could go for it here, but like, maybe I'm just supposed to play Noble Hierarch here. Am I just supposed to go? I feel like I'm supposed to go, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hit. How do we feel? I think I want to go. Yeah, we have like a lot of good hits, right? And like we hit a Manamorphose, we probably just like head off to the races. So I mean, like, I am a big fan of like going for it in general, but like also at the same time, like there's definitely like right and wrong spots to go for it, right? Like our opponent's not super threatening at the moment. All right, that might lock it up. I'm excited for this Eidolon card, chat. I am excited for this Eidolon card. So here's why the Eidolon card is good. So we get to do this, and we get to Manamorphose. And then this triggers Miguel, and Miguel comes back to my hand. Yeah, then we get to put the other Ascendancy into play. Yes, we do, because we drew the land. Actually, I don't even need to play the land, right? That's another Summoner's Pact. Yep, so this is gonna make white, blue. I think they're dead. This is awesome. This card is great. Who found this one? I need names. Who found this one? What deep corner of the Gatherer was this card located in? Because this is absurd. So now I get to Pact here. And for those of you that haven't seen this deck before, this Birds of Paradise is going to kill them. Just so, for those of you that are wondering, like, what happens? How does he win the game? Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise is the answer to your question. The Gatherer search was whenever cast graveyard. That's awesome. That's a good search. That's like some next level keyword searching right there. That's good stuff. Grow, my birdie, grow. The awkward thing here is I probably want to silence at some point because what's the word I'm searching for? They could what's that stupid card? They could Nourishing Shoal if I attack for Exact Seas. And I'd preferred not to get Nourishing Shoaled. They have another Fatal Push? Oh god, I would die. I would literally die. Stacking my triggers. There's a hotkey for yes here, right? It's 3 for yes. Let's do that. Alright, opponent's seen enough. Opponent's seen enough. That hand's great. If they have their Stone Cold Nuts, we're dead, but if they don't have the Stone Cold Nuts, this hand is very good. It needs a JAC, but like we've got double dork, and this is secret. Alright, so we could theoretically turn to them. It's like pretty unlikely, but like we now have the tools to kill them on the second turn of the game. Welcome to Thunderdome. Alright, so like the fact that they did nothing here means I'm gonna play Sylvan Caryatid, play a tapped land, and pass the turn. They could kill us next turn, but it's unlikely. So I'd rather be conservative when I combo off. My chances of winning next turn are very high. They're gonna end up Lightning Axe, then untap and kill me. That's unfortunate. Well, we wouldn't have won through the Lightning Axe anyways. So, am I dead? I think we have died. That's unfortunate. Well. It's a good thing you killed us on turn 3, opponent, because if we got turn 3, you weren't getting another one. This match should be required viewing for anyone that thinks Stoneford versus God. Okay, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You wish. Poor Splinter Twin. All right, good games, opponent. The most modern of modern decks, yep. That's true, that was turn 5 to be fair. I took 2 turns, they took 3 turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just good clean modern live-in. Twin gets, I mean, Twin would go in literally every deck with Steam Vents, right? That's why it has to stay banned. I know we didn't win that match, but I'm always talking about finding cards that solve problems that your deck has. This card feels like it does that for this deck. This is a really good find. Yeah, Nivik, for sure. I'll pull him up after this match. So it doesn't have any 1-mana cantrips in it, so gotta tough beat on a card like Bloom Tender. No. Again, Sylvan Caryatid is the best card in this deck. Having your opponent have a difficult time interacting with you is everything you want in life. I'm gonna fetch Shock and grab a Temple Garden here and slide my... I'm gonna grab Breeding Pool actually and slide my Abundant Growth onto it. I don't think that 7 was close. For those of you that are playing bingo at home, that 7 does not count as a close 7. I am drinking a strawberry daiquiri frozen slushie. Those aren't bad, Nivik. I was thinking too, maybe we could do it where like the message deleted is the primary thing and then the logo, the little guy was in the corner. These are good pickups. Definitely gonna bottom the land, keep the sleight of hand here, I think. Jam my bird into play. Benu, thank you for the 6-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. For those that I pulled him up here, I can pull up my this and this with the thing in the corner. I guess you can't see the Jeff Hogan in the corner. But I was thinking like maybe you could do one like this with like the logo in the corner down here. The little guy in the corner, make the message deleted the focus of the map, just like have the branding so people know where it came from. We played Sultai Rock the very first league tonight. You'll be able to find that on my YouTube channel later. We're gonna do one more league after this one. So we're gonna be playing Skip Shift Deck after this one. Yeah, I like the message deleted big, and then like maybe the little guy in the corner rather than the website. Celestial Colonnade. This matchup's okay for us. The fact that we have our silence in our hand right now is really good. The fact that we have our basic island in play is really bad though, because having our basic island in play already means that when they path us, our thing's gonna die. I think we're not gonna get a land out of it. I think I'm supposed to Manamorphose here, because if we hit a land, I get to cast the Ascendancy while I don't have counter magic up, which is pretty huge. I'm gonna make red white mana here because all of our we're more likely to draw a blue land or a white land. I definitely want to make red mana. I actually have Temple Garden in my deck still right now. So like what's my highest probability to draw? So my island and my breeding pool are in play. So I have this that makes blue and not white, and I have this that makes blue and not white. So I think I'm supposed to make white mana here because I have 2 more lands that make blue and not white. Punished for not making green mana, but I don't think making green mana there is reasonable. Fairy Conclave is interesting. Oh, well, this is terrifying. Brutal. Oh, we can counter Terminus with Silence. That's a good thing to point out. It's actually really funny. This card is like super utility in this matchup now. You can counter Terminus with it. That's awesome. Definitely wasn't on my radar, but it's definitely going to be now. All right, and then, you know, blue-white stuff famously not pressuring us, so I'm definitely going to take the time to set up here so I can silence plus Ascendancy in the same turn. The land is great here that we drew, and the Fatestitcher is actually pretty good too, right? So I'm going to keep that. I'll put the Flooded Strand into play, but I'm not going to fetch with it because I want to draw the Fatestitcher next turn. Putting a second basic in the deck is probably a good idea with the addition of Assassin's Trophy. Deleted. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine. All right, we either win next turn or we lose. So I think this is our window to shove. Well, they only have 2 mana up here. Just need to hit a couple of decent spells here. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little Teferi. Resolves. Do 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 do. Awesome, Moondris. Congrats. So we are not a lock here. Well, jumping mana is not a big deal right now, right? We need cards that let us keep going. We're looking for non-creature spells at this point. Yeah, we just need non-creature spells, which that is not what we're looking for. So we get 2 looks with this the Serum Visions to find a non-creature spell. The best part about winning games like this, too, is they're going to bring in, like, Rest in Peace and Surgical Extraction against us. I guess Rest in Peace is good against this, huh? This makes us a little bit softer to Graveyard Hate, but it's probably good enough that it doesn't matter. Yeah, we played a bunch of Assassin's Trophy. You can find videos on my YouTube from yesterday. We played with Assassin's Trophy all day. And we played a few different trophy decks today. So 2 shots at a non-creature spell. And if we find an... what's it called? If we find a Manamorphose or a multicolored spell, we should be pretty home free. That is unfortunate. Okay, sweet. And then I believe Glittering Wish means we're gonna take this home. So now every spell we cast makes 2 mana. So when I cast a card like Sleight of Hand, I actually net a mana in the exchange. And this Glittering Wish is going to draw us a whole bunch of cards here, because in addition to getting Scarscale Ritual out of my sideboard, it's also going to go get this Verdant Eidolon from our discard pile back to our hand. So we're not 100% at this point, but we're pretty close. Pretty statistically unlikely for us to brick at this point. Why am I not playing Arena? Why would I play Arena? I can't play Magic. I want to play an Arena. Arena lets you play one thing, Standard. We don't play Standard on this channel, really. If Wizards of the Coast wanted to give me one of them fancied sponsored accounts with all the cards in it, I would play Standard on Arena when we play Standard later next week. But if Wizards of the Coast expects me to give them, you know, $1,500 to play all the Standard decks that I need to play in Arena, that's like definitely not happening. And we're gonna do a Standard day next week. And if they gave me one of them fancied sponsored accounts, but I have no reason to like play Arena because I have like all the cards on here for free, thanks to my wonderful sponsor. Can we talk about how great this is yet? This is just truly. I would like to continue to sing the praises of the Eidolon. The Eidolon has become the song of my people. Yes, yeah, at this point, if I was playing this in paper, my hand would be face up on the table, and I would explain to my opponent what my long-term goal was of my deck and how they were going to die. Be like, this is how my deck works. You're welcome to concede at any time. I'm gonna be here for a minute. I'm here all week. Don't mind me, just drawing cards. This deck is great. You get to draw all the cards. You feel there are no storm cards in my deck. This deck is like storm for people who like to play sweet decks. Don't compare us to something ugly like normal storm. This deck is sweet. Normal storm is boring. Yeah. So the point of the Eidolon basically makes it so every time we we cast a multicolored spell, the looting is just a straight draw card. All right, so this is actually lethal. So this Glittering Wish is technically lethal, but part of me doesn't want to show them that it is lethal because I don't want them to know that I can win without attacking. Although at this point, I've bricked enough that I think I need to show them that. Yeah, I think if I had more non-creature spells in my hand here, I wouldn't show them Fleshblood at this point. I would just attack them to death. Blood is the half I want to cast. That's right. It's been a while. Yeah, blood. So blood, you deal damage to you. Yeah, I could take it. It's pretty marginal either way. Honestly, I should probably just like take the one that involves less clicking. Look at that. Put some hats on it. Who doesn't love a good hat trick, chat? The life EV versus like not giving up information is probably reasonable here. This is a matchup where we want the Sound of Silence. I want all four of them. Engineer Explosive is something that I want to cut. One of the things I love about this deck is because we have this Glittering Wish package that gives us access to stuff out of our sideboard. Even if my opponent has something like Damping Spear or Leyline of Sanctity or some kind of permanent-based hate card that I need to deal with, I still have access to my Assassin's Trophies and my Wear Tears via Glittering Wish. So in general, you only want one type of anti-disruption in your deck. You either want trophies plus EEs, 4 silence, or 4 Leyline of Sanctity. These are my anti-permanent disruption, these are my anti-discard disruption, these are my anti-counter spells disruptions. Those are like your 4 kind of packages for how you sideboard with this deck for the most part. This deck is a lot like Elves in that while I think Assassin's Trophy is a meaningful small upgrade here, it really doesn't change a whole lot how the deck works or functions. So while I definitely think it's worth the inclusion, the difference it makes in this deck versus Maelstrom Pulse or Abrupt Decay is pretty small. That is still my first drink. It was completely frozen when I pulled it out, so it takes a little while for it to fully melt. I've also been picking at it slowly. I only drink drinks that are fruity. I don't drink to get drunk. I drink for the flavor. My alcohol always tastes good. All right, that's good. So if my opponent has a Logic Knot here, I'd rather my mana dork doesn't get Logic Knotted, so I'm gonna go ahead and play Noble Hierarch here. And I think I'm gonna hold on to the Sleight of Hand for now, because I know there's a Glittering Wish on top of my deck, and I know I want to draw that card. So I'm just gonna draw it naturally next turn. That seems pretty sweet. It's kind of hard to see the black on this card, but like this is the... I don't mind this, but maybe having the website there makes sense. I don't know, I like this too. Those both seem pretty reasonable. Maybe the logo's a little bit too big. I like the gesture on here a lot. I like the smaller logo version, I think. I like that, like the focus is the message deleted. So one thing, oh, it shouldn't be capitalized. Oh yeah, on the, it's message deleted, right? Yeah, to match Discord, or to match what it does here, it probably should say. Yeah, exactly. So I have a couple of choices here. The first is I could play the Sylvan Caryatid, potentially baiting a counterspell, and then I could play Glittering Wish as a follow-up to go grab my Jeskai Ascendancy. The second option is I could just cast this Fatestitcher, and casting Fatestitcher against counterspell decks is kind of underrated. It's a card that, like, at their end of turn can tap one of their lands, and then it can untap and tap another one of their lands during our upkeep, effectively, like, shutting them out of interaction, while also being, like, a ramp card while we're comboing. I think I like shoving Fatestitcher in here. See how that goes. If they don't have a Vendilion Clique or something like that to apply pressure here, we're going to have a lot of time to get set up, so we're going to be able to play through the first couple of pieces of Disruption pretty easily. And thanks for those, Nivik. With the, did you, can you look on Inked Gaming's website, Nivik, and find out what formatting, what size they want the images in? Because if it's in the right size, it should be super quick for me to get that on the site. All right, if we get Terminus, we're gonna get got, but otherwise we're in a pretty okay spot here. I think I'm just gonna pass here now. I guess attacking for one is pretty free here. They could have a Snapcaster Mage they want to block with, but like if they flash that into block, I just like get to cast Glittering Wish, which is great for me. Does Glitter get Knight of Autumn? That's an interesting question. Field of Ruin is less annoying when... what's the word I'm searching for? It's less annoying when I... It's a Teferi, sure. So I didn't board the Knights in. This is a silence matchup, not a Knight matchup generally. So they're going to untap 2 lands here. Honestly, with 3 mana creatures in play, I might just, like, go get Ascendancy. Although I guess I'm probably not going to have enough mana to do all that. So maybe I do just need to, like, take the Damping Sphere off the table. Is this just going to be, like, the Motley Crue beatdown game? This might just be, like, a Motley Crue beatdown game. We're kind of, like, gearing up to, like, just, like, play this Verdant Eidolon and, like, cast this Knight. I just like start giving them the business. Waldis War Turtle, let's bump blue black thing. We'll do Waldis. Thanks for the support. And you can sack the Eidolon and still go off with it later. That's great. That's funny, actually. I'm actually not gonna attack with this Fatestitcher. Because, and I should have actually left the Fatestitcher, I should have left the Fatestitcher up. Because if they flipped a Terminus, I'd want to silence them in response to the Miracle Trigger. So while it sucks to not get 2 counters off the Teferi, I think it's right to leave this Fatestitcher up. Tuck me in, Papa Teferi. Tuck me in. Wow, they're tucking me in. That's so good for me. Would you like to untap Hallowed Fountain? Nope. No, I would not. Oh no, chat. Chat, they're sculpting our minds. They're sculpting our minds. They're sculpting our minds. I mean, I get to kill Jace here, right? I guess I could have a Path to Exile. Is there sculpting our mind? I don't know if it's on the bingo card, but it definitely probably should be if it's not. Man, I hope they go land up Terminus next turn. Just like give them the big shush. I mean, we're kind of cooking with gas here, huh? We are kind of cooking with gas here. So I'm going to play this Noble Hierarch out, so that way if they want to path my thing pre-combat, I get to kill the Teferi. I'm definitely going to kill the Unsummoned Sculptor here. Sure. Go. Sans a sweeper. We're going to be in an okay spot here, because we're going to get to go Silence next turn, demanding double counterspell, because we'll have to go Silence into Glittering Wish. Into JAC. Oh, I could have played the Wish. I should have played the Wish on my turn. Yeah, that's super correct. I'd have been in a better spot that way. Yeah, I definitely should have wished on my turn. No, you're not missing anything. I just messed up. It'd be in a much better spot if I had wished on my turn. I didn't reassess my post-combat play after they played the Snapcaster Mage. I was thinking they had mana up, so I wasn't playing it, but they played the Snapcaster Mage, which changed everything. This is a detention sphere. Brutal. Yeah, that punt's probably going to cost me. Yeah. Move on to the next one. I think if I had a JAC in hand already, I could potentially win next turn, because I'd be able to, like, silence, play JAC, and then, like, do stuff. But without the JAC already in hand, I'm just too far behind. Just don't have enough mana to do everything. I always love playing this deck. It's like a fun little puzzle. Has a lot going on. Sometimes the combo turn is hard, like but like once you get going, like Eidolon really makes the combo turns a lot easier. They're sculpting our minds on your bingo card. God bless. Good to know. Zach's pretty on point. He put those together. This hand needs a JAC, but it's like pretty dope other than that, right? It's 5 a.m. in Germany. You don't usually stream this late. I do not usually stream this late. I usually try and do one evening slot per week, but usually I'm done a little bit before this. This silence gives me a lot of feel-good insurance against a potential Terminus, which is great. Gosh, that Axis probably makes this matchup a lot better. Like when they were just Supreme Verdicting you, it could be very difficult to win, but the fact that you can like kind of like pseudo counter their sweeper is like absurd. To a Tron killer tribal. No, our opponents registered Celestial Colonnade. We are never the bad guys. Am I supposed to hold on to this? Nah, I don't think so. Just like put all our dorks into play here. Are they pathing something here? Evars, thanks for the host. Welcome to folks coming over from Evars channel. Playing some combo decks, a little bit different speed than some of the stuff Evars usually plays. Go to sleep, my child. Go to sleep. It kind of sucks because, like, this was supposed to be our way to get through a counterspell eventually, but I definitely am not losing my board to this Terminus. Cast my free cantrip. Cast my not so free cantrip. I heard you like redraws, dog. So I put some redraws in your redraws to give you more redraws. Storm is 4, yep. That's pretty good. I am not in for a second Summoner's Pact. I'm in for a second Ascendancy. I think I ship with this. And then next turn, nah, I'm not going to ship. There's no reason to. Next turn, I'm just going to draw the other Ascendancy. We can go Ascendancy. Ascendancy is one way to pound through a counterspell here. Guess I should have left a Caryatid up so I could block a Snapcaster Mage here. I'm going to take 2 points of damage that I didn't necessarily have to take. I mean, we technically didn't counter it, right? Like, the Terminus is in their hand. It did not like it resolve, or it failed to resolve and went to the discard pile. But we did stop it, which is, like, the important part, right? So you need to kill them before they get to 6 lands here. Yeah, it's a tempo play to a degree. That's kind of unfortunate for us because I was kind of hoping to lean on Eidolon to generate card advantage here. Trophy did what I wanted it to do. It is a playable Magic card. We could kill them here. We're by no means a lock, but we definitely could have lethal this turn. No, but I have Glittering Wish. Definitely don't need Fatestitcher. And then unfortunately we're done here, right? I can't do anything. I need to draw a non-creature spell there. We can pay for Pact. We can pay for Pact. I'm gonna put this other Caryatid into play here. Terminus cost 6, they're on 4. So hopefully not getting Terminus next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to not put the Caryatid into play because I want cards in my hand to loot through. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to not put the Caryatid into play because I want cards in my hand to loot through. That was a mistake. The Caryatid should have stayed in my hand. That could cost us this game, not having that extra card there. Pretty big deal. You're the best. Can't wait to see more Black Green Rock in the future. Thank you, Merc, for the 2-month resub there. Thanks for keeping me employed and welcome back. I think Rock is what I've settled on for the Open, so we're definitely going to see that a couple more times this week. Yeah, bottleneck his cards, not mana. Exactly. Didn't matter. Alright, so we're dead to untap land Terminus. I think I like that. What do you think of the text size in relation? I think the text size is okay. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger. I don't know. You could go either way on that one. Maybe post in the Discord for people's opinions. It is a mock-up for a playmat we're going to add to the merch section of the website. Delete that and try again in 10 minutes. What's going on, Anner? Good evening. That's a good detail suggestion, Draki. Center the jester over the website in the corner. It's probably looks good. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'll throw the Hierarch into play here and see where it goes. They could like not have a path, right? We could draw some things. I definitely should have. I'm gonna hold that actually. I definitely should have held the Sylvan Caryatid, because if I would have played a Sylvan Caryatid out here rather than this Noble Hierarch that just gets hit by like actual everything, we'd be in a much better spot. So like this gets path to exiled, whereas if I would have held the Sylvan Caryatid, I'd have an unpathable threat in play. This is a Teferi. I'm gonna pack it in. What's going on, Lapis? Yeah, we had a few people do cut the line donation, so I'm running a little bit later than expected. I'm probably gonna start a little bit later than I originally planned in the morning since we're running so long tonight, but that's fine. Still plenty of stream. Path is fine. It shuffles all the Caryatids back in. Yeah, we're just not beating this Teferi. I don't know if I can do another one after Scape Shift. So Scape Shift cut in along with JAC, Anner. Anner, can you check? This card is so sweet. I think they found the perfect card for the Summoner's Pact. They found the perfect card for Summoner's Pact. I think that the Shift League is going to be my last one. We've been going for a while here. Then I want to make sure we get a good chunk of stream tomorrow too. Can you try both, Inner? So the reason why Verdant Eidolon is good, it says whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you can return this from your graveyard to your hand. So that allows every multicolored spell we cast while Jeskai Ascendancy is in play to basically draw a card, because normally Ascendancy just loots providing card selection, but because when you cast this, you pick the Verdant Eidolon back up, it's like just fully drawing a card, because you pick this Verdant Eidolon back up for free, and then you get to discard it after you draw a card with Jeskai Ascendancy. So basically, having this card in your hand or your discard pile makes every Manamorphose and Glittering Wish just straight up draw a card while Ascendancy's in play. Yeah, it's really neat. It's a neat angle to solve the don't have enough cards problem. This hand is a little bit sketchy potentially, but the fact that we have Abundant Growth that we can slide onto this Gemstone Mine actually makes it pretty reasonable, because if we put Abundant Growth on Gemstone Mine, we're not going to risk having it die. Yeah, if you're interested in JAC, you should pop into the Discord. And that is not a piece of Hogland technology. The wonderful folks in that Discord came up with that. I'm planning to do like 6 to 8 hours tomorrow too, Anner, so we've got the queue obviously, but cuts are always welcome. Must be tonight. Oh no. Oh no. Please be red, green, Valakut. 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 Ponza. Okay, I don't know how I... Excuse me. So do I Do I Morphose and try and go for it here? I think so like, here's the problem. If I Morphose and I miss, I can't, if I Morphose and I miss, I can't cast Abundant Growth is the issue. And if they destroy my land, then I can't, the queue is currently still in a slowed state. When we hit 40 decks sometime this week in there, it'll go back to the normal $10 queue. Is there a deck in the queue that I personally really want to play again? I want to play some more Black-Green Rock. I think that's going to be the deck that I'm going to be playing at the Open next weekend. We're just like pretty unlikely to hit, right? Like I've got what? Let's just make this decision the same way I make all my important decisions. Where's my hypergeometric distribution calculator? So I've got 52 cards. I've got 15 lands, and I've got 1 shot. It's not good, right? It's not even 30%. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Abundant Growth. See what happens when you don't believe, chat? See what happens when you don't believe? You just gotta have a little faith in yourself sometimes and you'll get by. Just gotta have a little faith in yourself sometimes and you'll get by. All right, Anner, deal. If you want to cut the deck I want to play anyways in, I will do 2 leagues after this one. We're 10 out of 10 about to get Stone Rained. Not close. Three months of watching you JAC off. Thank you, Shabby. I appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support. You're fine, Nivik. Thanks for poking up the... These are sweet. I think that text size is great. I like it better, bigger. That's what she said. These on separate sides does balance it nicely. I think that's better. I think I like this. This is okay too. It's just like super well balanced like this, right? I think I like this one. I think that's a winner. I think that's a winner. Looking to get that set up tomorrow, I think. I think I like that. They killed my bird. It's incredibly rude. Oh, Nissa. Are they not playing Ponza? It would be so good for us if they're not playing Ponza. What do you think about Beck in this board? No, I think Beck's not good enough. I think if you wanted more card draw on the board, you just play another Scarscale Ritual. It could just come out like kind of like Blood Moonwalkers. That could just be like a red-green mid-range deck, honestly. I feel like Field of Ruin implies they're just some kind of weird mid-range deck. Anner cutting in. You know this is for Rock, but let's all pause and gasp at me not sharing bits for once. Also, Justin is a poop face. Let's be honest, Anner. You know you're not leaving the top of the leaderboard, right? Like you're good and safe there. I appreciate the support as always. We'll find out how good Black Green Rock is when I am sleep deprived this evening. Summoner's Pact for surgical extraction. Yeah, because I have it enabled where you have to log in with an account, it doesn't let you do weird names anymore. I should put in a feature request for that. The King of Hooglandia. Your time is valuable for us, and the crowd stick together. Put this towards the rock too. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, Justin. Oh no, not Blood Moon. Yeah, we'll see. If I'm feeling okay after the first Rock League, maybe we'll do 2. Maybe I'll save one for tomorrow. Doing 2 in a row means I can't really do good changes in between. Look at that. Look at how good that Blood Moon was. I don't know how I'm ever gonna win the game now. No, I'm gonna do Scape Shift first still. Rock, Teamer Rock. I don't know. How do we ever beat this Blood Moon, chat? Let's have to figure it out somehow. Get the sweet piece of secret technology. So now we get to cast this. Loot through that. Do this. And now I get to cast this Manamorphose, which picks this Eidolon back up. It actually feels like our bottleneck this game is probably going to be mana, right? I'm really looking for a... I'm looking for a copy of... what's it called at this point? I'm looking for a copy of Fatestitcher. Perfect, Nivik. I will just get that uploaded tomorrow then. It's pretty easy for me to add stuff that's formatted correctly to my page. Yes, we do have a land drop available too. That's why I'm definitely not looting through all my lands. Okay, Summoner's Back's a free mana. There's nothing to be scoffed at here. There's a loot and a free mana. I'll go ahead and I'll grab a Sylvan Caryatid. I'm going to make another blue here. I'm going to cast Glittering Wish, which picks our friend back up. Serum Visions, sure. So this is getting Scarscale Ritual, which is also going to pick our friend back up. Make white mana here with this, I think. Get my loot on. Again, just like trying to find a Fatestitcher, just like that. Bottom, top. I'm going to go ahead and play a land here, so we have plenty of cards at this point. Make blue, make red, cast Scarscale Ritual, use red, use blue. Alright, they should be pretty dead at this point. So we're gonna pick our friend up. I guess they could theoretically have a bolt here. Okay, they could theoretically have a bolt, right? Although that probably means that bolt's not gonna be good enough here. So I'm going to do this, and in response to these triggers, I'm going to go ahead and untap this. If you could pack for Fatestitcher, there's a non-zero chance this would be the best deck in Modern. Get my thing, make this color, untap this. So this is just elementary at this point. They are dead. I'm gonna grab my backup Jeskai Ascendancy here. We can power up our dorks even faster. Yeah, this is deterministic at this point. Just going through the motions. The mid-range bracket. I like how the opponent was kind enough to Field of Runas to give us a basic before they Blood Moon does. Just like good guy OP. I don't even need to loot at this point, right? It's just like, I'm just like trying to power my stuff up. So the problem with gifts is that it just makes the deck too dependent on the graveyard is the issue. All right, red, green, cast blood, you, target you, 2 Jeskai triggers. Was it good for you, opponent? It was good for me. S Guts, thank you for the 5-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. I'm gonna put a Knight of Autumn in my deck because they probably have a Damping Sphere. And I think that's it. I'm just gonna leave these on the side to wish for. And I'll have Explosives to kill Damping Sphere in my main deck as well. I think they're both fine decks, Justin. Those are the 2 decks that I'm probably going to be considering between for the Invitational. I'm mostly playing Green Black Rock in Columbus because I played... one, I want to play with new toys in Assassin's Trophy. And 2, I played Tempo at the last Open. So I just want to change things up a little bit. In form of Hoaglandia credits used to be pumped decks in the queue. Can I play Mission Briefing and Tempo and play 16 bolts? You know, I thought about it, but I think it's a different deck. It's now my prize mat of blue-red rock. I like to think that some opponents are sitting through their combo thinking, I've got a fog in hand, I'll be fine. And then Jeff casts blood out of nowhere. Yep. Honestly, like, that's why that blood's so sweet. Just, like, being able to win outside of combat is just so great. My favorite is when they're, like, sitting behind and staring bridge. Like, how do you do it? And I was just like, nope, I'm just gonna kill you through it. If Pact could get Fatestitcher, would this deck be Tier Strawberry? Tier Strawberry Daiquiri, in fact, it would be delicious. What'd you miss, Nivik? I thought it looks good. Hey, Nivik, can you do me a favor? And when you have one that you like, can you post it in the merch Discord and tag Christy so she can give you, so she can see it? And you're like, yeah, kinda. Yeah, the blue-red tempo deck is a glorified burn deck. It's one of the reasons why it's good in Modern. It's the best way to describe the blue-red tempo deck is when your lightning bolts are good control cards, you get to be a control deck, and when your lightning bolts aren't good control cards, you're a burn deck. I feel dirty. This deck's like neat burn. If you want something that's similar to burn, but a little bit unique, I'd recommend checking out the Jeskai Thing Ascension deck. It's a lot of fun. It's like a more fair burn deck that still has this kind of unfair access to it. Nice magic card. So this is just go find my thing, play a tapped land, pass, hope to untap with my bird, I think. Any reasonable budget options for Noble Hierarch in this deck? Yeah, if you go on my website here, there's a link to a couple articles about JAC on this page, and one of them has budget deck lists. Are we attacking me for 6? Gosh, your green-red mid-range deck is adorable, opponent. Just totes adorbs. This is just like the cutest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And like drawing the second Morphose is like extra insane, right? Because I get to go get what's her name here? The Verdant. And now I float red and I cast this for 0. It lets me loot the Verdant. How do we beat a Planeswalker, right? Yeah, I still have a land drop as well. I would love this version back. The worst part about this on Moto is I can't always yes this because it's considered a different instance of a card. I want to make sure I hold on to my land here. We are actually running... I need some non-creature spells here. I wonder... So the Eidolon's definitely great, but I wonder if not having an Eternal Witness in the 75 is correct. Or in the 60 necessarily. Because like having your summoners, like when you have lots of mana, letting your summoners packs like basically be whenever I'm supposed to fetch to thin, it's usually pretty statistically insignificant. God bless us. Everyone. Alright, now Warlock. Got it. This is so dumb. Just never run out of cards again. Grab Scarscale Ritual. Oh, they're actually just dead. They're actually just dead to flesh blood, right? That's sad. How incredibly sad is that? They're just dead instead of me getting to do more stuff. This is my turn 3, isn't it? How messed up is it that it just like didn't even register for me that this was turn 3? And like normally I'd sit here and draw more cards, but like I have to play 2 or 3 more leagues after this, so let's just kill them. You kill you. Is Birds of Paradise blue from Wisps or because Moto's messed up from an update? We'll never know! This is a, yep, there it does lock up. All right, sweet, we're on the scoreboard. The daiquiri has run through me. I'm gonna run to the rest really quick. I'll be right back, don't go anywhere. We got plenty more magic coming tonight, folks. Oh. All right, let's do it. Feeling a 3-2 coming on, chat. Would you believe it? Would you believe this is a modern deck and I feel a 3-2 coming on? Stream Decker not updated? Stream Decker's current. The Stream Decker on mobile is bugged. Rude. The black-green matchup's hard for this deck, so... Why would Loam be good in black-green? What makes you speculate that? The Thoughtseize bug is great. That's just the Thoughtseize isn't bugged. The Thoughtseize bug is a joke that after they Thoughtseize your card, you immediately draw the card. If you assassinate Resto, I've got a $20 bounty for you. I'm going to give you the best piece of advice I can give you about playing mid-range decks, especially generic good stuff decks. Don't play bad cards in an attempt to make your cards that are already awesome better. Your cards that are already awesome are going to remain awesome without you putting a bunch of bad cards in your deck to try and maximize them. It is a late night in Hoaglandia. So they have trophies, they have pulses. I think I'm still supposed to put this in play because they probably have more discard than those cards. But I guess you could also make the argument that, like, if they had a discard spell, they would have played it already. Whereas if they had an Assassinate or they had a Trophy or a Pulse, they wouldn't have had an opportunity to play it already. So maybe they're more likely to have a Trophy or a Pulse rather than a discard spell here. God, I am so smart and thin. And if they have both, we're just like up a creek without a paddle regardless. So I want to just jam. No blocks. Not a lot of bits, but here's something for all you do. Really appreciate it, even if I don't get to be here a lot. Smilestill, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. There's like, what are they exiling? This is loose because it lets me Fatestitcher. Well. That's true. They could hold up Trophy and it's only playing around Pulse, and Pulse isn't that likely. That's a good thing to point out. Good catch, JVL. I will give 20 subs if you run this into a 3-2. God bless. Pretty likely to win this game. When you steal game one in a matchup like this, generally you can get one of the two postboard games on the back of, what's it called, being busted? Leyline of Sanctity? Leyline is real messed up in this archetype. Alright, so we've got plenty of mana, and Eidolon plus Manamorphose probably means we're not going to be able to brick on cards at this point, so basically a lock. Yeah, there's another Manamorphose on top of my deck, just like, let's go. Well, that's what the buckle up emote's for. The buckle up emote's basically that, Anna. There we go. See? Perfect. Yeah, they've had enough. God bless. And, like, there's, like, a small chance we brick here, but it's pretty unlikely. I would definitely be packing it in as the opponent here, too, if I was playing on Magic Online. Alright, remember I talked earlier about picking one of your anti-disruption package? Discard deck means Leyline of Sanctity is the anti-disruption package. So, trim and opt, and then these, and then get ready to go. I wonder, am I supposed to trim a Summoner's Pact rather than an opt in this matchup? Is that crazy? Because, like, Summoner's Pact's really bad if we're not comboing, and, like, they're likely to poke holes in us. Anner has paid for an entire year of community college. Maybe 2? I don't know how much community college costs these days. Probably 2, honestly. Pact is free, but it's just, like, really bad when we're not comboing. And I feel like we're likely to not be comboing a lot of the time in this matchup. It depends. Will we even have colleges in 16 years? Or, like, will our society have caved in on itself? Gosh, this hand is good. Can't interact with me. Can't interact with my creature. This card is actually one of the biggest things that Assassin's Trophy was an improvement over. Previously, the black-green rock deck had a hard time. You didn't have a ton of ways to cut through Leyline. So getting to play 4 trophies as ways to cut through Leyline is a huge pickup. I feel like we need an all-time donation total on the stream. I don't have a good, easy way to get that metric, unfortunately. I'm using a stack of hundreds as a coaster for my beer right now, so my cherrywood desk isn't dead. I mean, money's really durable, to be fair. Cash is like a durable paper. It's more cloth than paper. Yeah, exactly. Cash is cloth. Oh no, not a 2-3. How will I ever win the game now, opponent? How will I ever win the game now? You've played a 2-3. Well, if ain't that just a box of chocolates. All right, we're gonna bottom this one. We're gonna top this one. I cast this here Birds of Paradise. I'm gonna pass the turn. How dead's this bird? Scale of 1 to dead. Pretty dead, right? Just like no way it's not dead. Holy crap. Holy crap. Well, my bird didn't die, which means they're about to. And they didn't hold up trophy. Yep. Not only has the bird survived, but they didn't hold up trophy. Sweet. We drew another Fatestitcher here, so we just get to have our cake and eat it too. You may have seen on social media, I'm getting hitched. My fiance came home today after we took a look at venues. She ordered her dress, 14,000. I did see that. Congratulations. That's an expensive dress. Oh my god, I meant to discard this. I'm such an idiot. It's fine. We're winning by enough that it doesn't matter that I messed up there. I think mine and Christie's entire wedding was like, oh, they're just auto passing. What are we even doing? Why are you still here if you're just auto passing? Are we done here yet? All right, we're done here. God bless us. All right, there's the 2-2. Now, in Moto, we're only playing for one treasure chesty, but out here in real life, Anner has offered up 20 sub gifts if we win the 5th and final match here, so got a lot of stakes riding. I think Christie's dress, I think Christie's dress was like a 10th of the cost of our wedding. I think we ended up spending like somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 on her dress, which was like reasonable compared to some of the things that exist out there. I think I'm gonna keep this. Lands cantrip and then like a slow JAC is probably fine. Oh, Brecken. Under pressure. Bum 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 dum bum. So For people that haven't played this deck before, you're basically a two-part combo deck. You're looking for an accelerant, Birds of Paradise, Sylvan Caryatid, something like that, and then a way to get to Jeskai Ascendancy. Suspend Ancestral Visions. You're looking for cantrips and lands at this point. Perfect. All right, so probably blue-white control. So I moved the website and logo a bit to make up for the 1/4 finish they cut off. If I didn't do it right, feel free. Perfect, Nivik. And like, we were talking about wedding costs. Like when I said Christy and I spent 10 grand on our wedding, this was, we've been married for Jake +1. So like 6 years ago now. And we had 200 people there. So we had like a 200 person wedding for like under about 10 grand, which was like pretty reasonable, especially in the Chicagoland area. No, they suspended an Ancestral Vision, so I assume they're playing blue-white control. Visions is usually dead giveaway with their blue-white control. I'd ideally like to draw Silence next turn. It was Jake +1 years. What a dad. It makes it really easy to remember. Quick shout out to anyone who receives a sub gift. Today is the last day to renew those gifted subs for only $1. That is true. I do appreciate that. Is it traditional that guests cover their wedding dish and gifts? Yeah, it depends on how expensive your dish is, Anner. Like Christy and I, we actually ended up breaking even on the wedding. Like we spent 10 grand, but we ended up getting about that back out in cash and gifts from people. It's funny, I think the only actual gift we kept from our wedding that people got us off the registry was oh well, they're dead. Sweet. Oh, they might be taking turns. I wonder if they're taking turns. What am I supposed to get here? This is blue, white, and this makes red, so that's fine. 3-2'd the wedding, exactly. We kept the Ninja Blender. If you don't have a Ninja Blender, they're great. We don't cook a lot in my house, but when we do make things, it involves a Ninja Blender usually. And we have Summoner's Pact here for Modern Staple, whatever this Eidolon is called. Oh, jeez, they are so dead. I guess I'm choked on mana at the moment, right? I guess I'm theoretically choked on mana at the moment. Modern Staple, whatever. Listen, I'm going to remember what this card is called at some point, okay? Just know that I appreciate your genius for what it is. Just know that I appreciate you. I still have a land drop here too, which is nice. So, I think I actually want to cast my 1-mana cards here before I do anything else, because I ideally want to find a Fatestitcher or something before I keep going. Actually, here's a good question. I'm probably supposed to fetch to thin here, right? Like, cards aren't my bottleneck, and I'm likely going to draw through my entire deck here. So I should probably just fetch to thin, because I'm going to draw most of my deck this turn. Ascendancy, that's max, or Engineer Explosive, that's extra mana. And Jeskai, can I cast Ascendancy here? I can cast Ascendancy here, right? Yeah, because I have one floating. Perfect. What's going on, Bloom? Yeah, we had a bunch of people do cut the lines, and I promised that I would do them. I should probably stop doing that. On the flip side, my checkbook likes when I do that, so it does that. All right. I hope they're playing taking turns, because I really don't feel bad doing this if they're playing taking turns. It would only be $15. Guess, I have bad news for you if you think speculating on that card's gonna go well. All right, we've crossed the threshold for bricking. Bricking is no longer an option. We're just powering through at this point. So what does Eidolon fixes? Like, Eidolon fixes your card bottleneck, which is why it's so good. So it's a card that turns every one of your multicolored spells into card advantage with Jeskai Ascendancy. Do I have enough mana that I can stop untapping things yet? Probably not. I probably don't need to keep looting, though. This is lethal at this point, right? Because Moto is quality software, is the answer to your question. You're not impaired enough. You make this deck move easy. I only had one drink. Like, there was a lot of sugar in it, but I only had one actual drink. Alright, attack you dead. Normally I don't mind, like, basically gloating over killing, but I've got at least 2 more leagues to play tonight, so we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna bring in all the silences. I'm gonna trim a Summoner's Pact here. So cut the explosives of the Summoner's Pact for some silences. We've created the sound of silence, wrote the book on hate. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour only comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up. When you gotta wake up and find. Hey, Nivik, did you message me your last one with the fixed sides? Or did you put it in Discord? Did you put the last one in Discord? Perfect. I see. Yep. It looks like it's in Discord. I am streaming late tonight. Through the power of the people with crowns, we are running late. Here, the blood that keeps Oglander. This is not the last deck of the day. We are going to play some Teamer Scape Shift and then some Black Green Rock after this. For quote value. I got a good night's sleep last night. You don't think I'll make it till Rock? We're gonna make it till Rock. Come on now. Come on now. So what, like, this is gonna be done. Scape Shift will be, you know, a little under 2 hours to push us till 1, and then Rock will finish about 3. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This hand is more than good. It's great. It is currently 11 p.m. Cornfield time. Assassin's Trophy hasn't been relevant in this deck. So probs no stream tomorrow. I'm gonna start late tomorrow, but I will definitely be streaming tomorrow. I am not going to start at 9 a.m. as planned, but probably noon. I started watching the stream on one continent and am continuing on another. What's going on, Maxin? Where are you traveling to and from? All right, if we rip a land, we get to go ahead and Ascendancy. If we miss on a land, I might Cerulean Wisps. Smozdol doling out the sub gifts. Thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Remember, if you're one of the lucky recipients of that sub gift, you can extend it for just $1 American, and it still supports me the same as if you had extended it for more than that. So because I drew another dork here, I'm actually just going to go Visions into Perfect. That's fantastic. Bottom, top, assuming we don't get Terminus here. Oh, and actually, I can play this and shock this in, because if they Terminus, I just silence them in response. Oh, I wanted that. Oh, I wanted the land. Oh. Oh, so they should be dead. Yeah, I think they're playing taking turns. Society. Thank you for the subs, folks. Yeah, they're just not doing anything. I think they're actually playing taking turns, which means we just like run over them here. We need to go Marty Pyromancer running 1 Nahiri. It seems fine. I think if you're expecting a lot of Leylines of the Void, Nahiri's really sweet. Because she's a card that like deals with Leyline, but is like also reasonable when they don't have it. I don't know that I would want to play one all the time, but it seems fine if you were like explicitly expecting that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna bin the silence. Oh, I guess I'm shuffling here. Yeah, I should have. So this was a mistake. I should have pacted in response to the Serum Visions when I drew it, because I knew I was gonna pact here to get the other thing. Although I guess I'm drawing into this. Yeah, this is probably fine, actually. Red. And this Ascendancy is going to kill them. Oh, you know what? This is, again, a small missequencing. If I would have discarded this first, this would have brought this back to my hand. But again, at this point, we're just, like, winning by such a country mile. It just, like, doesn't matter. Nice turn 6 combo deck in the turn 2 format. Yeah, and honestly, I think Nahiri's just like a good card. Like, even just like if you just read Nahiri as a card that just like doesn't have an ultimate in her text box, she's still just like a playable Magic card, right? Like she rummages just fine. Just assembled Jeskai Ascendancy. I'm having a blast with it. Awesome Drowning Caro. Yeah, that deck's like Sweet Storm. Triggers. So many Jeskai Ascendancy triggers. Green. Alright, we're deterministic at this point. I'm just like gonna find the quickest path to victory. Should I should probably play around stupid things happening here, right? I should probably, okay, I'm gonna be extra good. I'm gonna be extra good and go find a copy of Silence before we try and kill them, just so I don't get blown out by something stupid like a white Pact. Perfect. Alright, tell me that you're dead. No, I discarded a Silence earlier while we were comboing. No, As Foretold doesn't let you ignore timing restrictions. I have no idea what White Pact does, but I'm just like, I just want to play around all the outs by silencing them. Alright, we hit that sweet 0-2 into the 3-2. God bless. Wow, so the first time we played with Summoner's Pact in this deck, I was just like, oh no, I moved everything around. So the first time we played with Summoner's Pact in this deck, I was like, this card seems very good here, and I need to figure out what's the best way to abuse it. Anner doling out the 20 sub gifts. Thank you, as always, for the support. I think this is the best green creature for this deck. This is very, very good. This is a great find. I feel like I maybe want an Eternal Witness somewhere, but that might just be wrong. That might just be me liking Eternal Witness a little bit too much. Hi, YouTube. If you're looking to join the Discord for this deck, find me. Hippity, can you DM me the Discord invite link, and I'll put it in the video description, and I'll put it on my website. Can just take care of that. You can link it from the site and on the YouTube Slider. Now, thank you all for working on this. This is a sweet build. The Assassins, the cards people want to know about, Knight of Autumn was kind of sweet as far as like mediocre backdown beats go. And then Assassin's Trophy is a pretty marginal upgrade in this deck. I do think the 2 trophies generically, Brecken Sky coming through at the 5 Giftaroonies as well. I do think generically Assassin Trophy is a little bit better than both Decay and Pulse in this deck, but I don't think it's so much better that like you need to go out and get trophies right away if you want to wait for the price to drop a little bit. Like Decay and Pulse are fine in these slots too. Eidolon was absurd. I'm going to I'm gonna put this deck list on the site when I do updates next time. It might not be till morning now, but I'm gonna make a note here to Friday, update JAC list to Eidolon list plus add Discord link. And this is your first time, as always, this is your first time watching us play JAC here on stream. This deck we've played a ton in the past. I think there's like over a dozen leagues with this deck on my YouTube channel at this point. And you can find all those organized on my website, jeffhoagland.com/decklist. Trophy is just like your anti-permanent card. It's a card that you bring in against things like Thalias and Meddling Mages and Chalice of the Void and all those sorts of random things.